Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense.
So it's day after the off day. We just had a good walkthrough and did a good practice this afternoon. We got a special group here. We got a group of young writers that are here, programmed with the New York Times. So they'll get a chance to watch us do our thing. So with that, I'll take your question.
Having looked at the film and spoken with the coaches, where do you think the team made the most progress since the spring in this first week, and where did they stand as far as what they still have to work on?
Where we've made the most progress, I think familiarity with the schemes on really all three sides of the ball, so offense, defense, special teams. I think our younger players have come further this year than maybe they did last year. And so those are probably the areas. This is a critical week as you get into the second week of training camp, so to speak. And then, because after really Sunday, so we'll have our next off day will be Sunday, then we start to get into training camp / game prep stuff for the preseason game. So we got a long way to go, I think, to get where we need to be, but I think it's a good first week.
You were comparing first year to first year?
First year to first year, I think, because our systems are more in place, and so they were able to, last spring we were sort of sorting through it, so then the rookies were sorting through it with us. Now we're more, it's more defined what we choose to do, and so that allows the rookies to come just a little further, quicker.
Group?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he's done a good job in the first week. Some of what he's shown is natural ability, which he came here with.
I was going to say, considering he came from a smaller program, does he have a little bit more polished of a toolbox, if you will?
Being from a smaller program?
Yeah.
Well, we talked last year about Lillette come from a small school, had a long way to go. He's playing a little different position, so I would say, you'll be able to see more what he can do quicker than maybe a quarterback position.
Coach, in this era of what people call the passing league, how important is the running game and how critical is that still in today's game?
Oh, I still think it's critical because you like to have balance. You want to be a balanced offense so the defense can attack just your pass or your run game. So most of the teams that have been successful and had a chance to win it all have had a good balance between the run and the pass. And I don't think football will ever go away from the run, even though the emphasis of the pass is there.
And when you have a special back like Saquon, how difficult is that for a defense, and how important is that to an overall offense?
Well, I think one thing that helps with the passing game is if a lot of eyes are on the back because they're concerned about what he's going to do in the run game, and it allows the passer receivers, the tight ends and the receivers, to maybe get better releases in their routes, a little bit more space to work, and that's how the game has kind of become.
How can he make this team? It's kind of competing with like a Rod Smith, Wayne Gallman, etc.
Yes. I think that Paul Perkins, again, he's got his sea legs, for lack of a better term, back up underneath him because he was out for the last year. And how you get a lot of reps is you get a chance to get in. You make sure you know what you're doing when you get in, which has been a good thing, which he's been very good at that, and he's got a chance to make some plays. And so as I've watched him not just on running, I've watched him in pass protection, is he in the right fits? I've watched him in his pass routes, is he able to catch the ball and then make something happen? And so any back that's doing that's going to get their chance, but all the guys are going to be rolling through in the preseason because, again, we are trying to find the best 53 that will help us win. And so I think as long as they continue to perform, they'll get a chance.
Jonathan Hillman has explosiveness out the yin yang. What is it about his game that makes you happy to have him on his roster? And what did you see from him in college?
Well, I saw a guy that runs very hard, runs behind his pads, was a good pass blocker. He could catch the ball. He's shown the same tributes when he's been here, so that's been good to see. I'm excited about him, but he's got to understand as a young player, in college, you're the focused guy. In the pros, you get limited reps and you really have to shine through. That's typical of all young players. So what I need to continue to see from him is that when he jumps in here, he knows what to do and he can play fast to catch our attention to see if he can find a way to get on this roster.
But it has contrasting lights built into it. So, good ball player visual creative. So it looks a little different from the distance. I don't know if that ever stickers yet, but of course they'll have those times. But then we have another prism tint. It's not exactly approved because it is to the tint, but it goes another loop towards, giving
I thought the first week went well. I thought, guys were just so much more advanced than last year at this point from all areas. Just settled on protections and routes and concepts, and everybody's just better idea what's going on. I think it's been smooth. There's been some days that are better than others, and that just happens with training camp. And but I think guys are competing hard and doing the right things, and we're on the right path to improving every day.
Eli, Pat said earlier that he thinks the biggest difference between the offensive line now and maybe where you guys were last year is how much more settled you are on the right side. Do you see that as a quarterback? And B, what's your assessment of where the guys up front are now compared to maybe how you guys started last year?
Yeah, well, I think they're definitely better off now, just in the sense, I think, it's a couple of things. Just a year under everybody's belt. Last year, a lot of new guys. Nate's new, Will's new. You got new guys on the right side, new players, and also a new offense and new calls and new terminology. So there was a lot going on. Just kind of some, you had to figure out a lot of things and kind of work through and make the mistakes and try to fix them. And so this year, I think just combination of just having been, this guy's been in this offense. Bringing in a veteran like Zeitler, Reimers on the right side, who's been in this type style of offense before, and the calls are very similar, so he kind of picks up right on it. Has played a bunch of football, so I think all those things kind of helps them just play that much faster, not having the mistakes, picking up things a little, quicker on some of the twists and games that the defensive line does. So I think it's been a lot smoother than that